So, all right, back to Sunday's game where LeBron and Russ didn't play. Anthony Davis did for 11 minutes, but the Lakers gave up 123 points to the Nets without any of their top stars. And afterwards, AD was not pleased with the Lakers' performance.
Oh, we're way behind. Getting movement on offense, quality shots, defensively, talking, getting our schemes right, rebounding, very huge. We're not boxing out. And that was the main takeaway. Just offensive come, we're not really too worried about it. Especially when we get Brian, Melo, TA, Russ out there. But it was just our first game to see where we are, and we had to do a better job defensively, especially blocking out.
So, Ramona, do you share AD's concern after Lakers preseason game number 1?
No. What's he talking? They're fine. Like, he's the only guy who played even a little.
Yeah.
Only of the regulars. I actually thought they looked okay. I thought Malik Monk looked really good the other day.
Sure.
But I actually think it's a good sign that Anthony Davis is saying those words.
Bingo.
Because he's got a sense of urgency. And it reminds, I've said this before, it's almost like if you close your eyes, last year didn't happen.
Yeah.
Like, the Lakers are back to that 2020 team that won the championship, where they're fired up, they're hungry, they're not coming off that really short layoff. Where I was talking to a coach yesterday on the Lakers where they said, that short layoff after the bubble, they were fried. And I think that team did not have the same spirit and hunger that they did in 2020. Whereas this year, they have the vets who are coming back are hungry because they didn't win last year and they had a nice long break. And then guys like Russ, Carmelo, DeAndre Jordan, they haven't won. And they have the hunger of veterans who are here to win a ring. And so they really have a good spirit to them. Anthony Davis is right in that they look behind. But look at the schedule coming up for the Lakers, okay, George? Their first 10 games, I went through to look at the schedule, and that looks like a team that could easily start 9-1, 8-2. Mm-hmm. Look at the schedule.
Yeah.
Okay, the first 3 games, those are tough games. So let's say they go 2-1 in those 3.
Yeah.
Look at that strip. Thunder, Cavs, Rockets. That should be 5 wins right there.
Yeah.
That game against the Trailblazers, that'll be a tough one.
Yeah.
But they have a really easy opening schedule in terms of win percentage last season. And it's always like that for teams that are going to be on in the backloaded schedule after the Super Bowl.
Tons of ABC
Lakers,
games,
Warriors,
nationally televised games.
So this early part of the schedule for a team that doesn't have a lot of returners, that has a lot of new guys, like, this is a great way to start.
Speaking of new guys, a lot of new guys, I believe 11 new players on this particular roster, Clinton. What do you make of the fit?
I'd like to see them play a little in the preseason. I mean, honestly, I understand that the schedule is soft and so on and so forth, but we still don't really know, and it's a little confusing. AD says nothing's going right. LeBron says the practices have been better than ever. So how about we get a product together on the court so we can at least have an idea of what the big 3 is going to be, or plus 1 is going to be. And look, I'm not really certain that that'll happen in the preseason, but I'd like to see it happen once. Give me a quarter. Give me a half. You know what I mean?
I think it will.
Show me what it looks like. How much are we going to see? I'm wondering because, if AD's saying this now and LeBron's saying this then, I'm as excited as I've been to see this Laker team in a long time because of exactly what you said. They seem to be aligning.
I would expect, and Ramona, you tell me because you've covered this team a lot longer than I have, I expect them to probably play a couple of games, 2 or 3 games together, a few minutes here and there, and then that last one, everyone will basically take off again. But those last, I guess those 3 or 4 last games, they'll play 2 or 3 of those.
Look, I don't think AD and LeBron or Russ, they don't all need to play together in the preseason games. They play plenty in practices. What the Lakers are trying to get out of this preseason is to see which one of the role players that they sign. Kendrick Nunn, Wayne Ellington, Halen Horton-Tucker. He was there, right? He's not paid like a role player, okay? He's going to be a big player for them. They want to see which of those guys is shining. They want to get a feel for those guys. And you saw some big minutes for DeAndre Jordan, for Dwight Howard yesterday. They're putting the rest of the team out there to see what they have in a lot of the new guys. And so LeBron, AD, it's nice that AD played a quarter. He doesn't need to.
After that,
fine.
We'll see. We'll see.
They're fine.
No big deal.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.